Honey, if you are arrogant, aloof, full of yourself, all of the above minutely related qualities, it is really time to get it together before life humbles you in a way that you do not desire.
I can't wait no more. Sick of trying, that's why I'm always smiling, cause I complicate my goal. So surrender, that's why I remember it's the simple things in life. Either it does or doesn't feel right. It's the simple things in life. Come on baby, let's ride.
Before I really get into what I want to say today, if you guys are not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notifications bell while you're at it. That way when I make other videos, you'll see them. You'll be one of the first people to get those videos. I just wanted to voice, as always, something that is on my mind. As although I'm talkative and this and that the other, I'm also at times pretty observant, and I'm also intuitive. And so I'm noticing that a particular person in authority, she talks to this person in a very condescending kind of way. It's almost a passive aggressive kind of way. I don't know if there's a bit of jealousy or envy there. The person's younger. She is of a different nationality. I don't know what the issue is, but nonetheless, there is obviously an issue because it's so apparent to not only myself, but to another coworker. And it really, really bothers me. And it's just, I just want to speak to that thing, you know, called arrogance and judgmentalism or whatever else you want to term it. That thing that so many people are gifted at being able to do, and that is making others to feel small or making themselves to feel or appear bigger than what they really are by putting others down. I think I'm a fairly nice person, you guys. You know, I think I'm a pretty cool kind of chick, you know, but I can admit now today, after much cleansing and self-reflection, there was a time in my life where I was kind of a little arrogant. Not to the point where I thought it was hurtful, but you know, there were things that were brought to my attention, and I could look back and say, wow, I have to own that. You know, at some point you have to own things in order to get over, be better, overcome, and then learn from. You know what I mean? Life had to humble me. Life had to happen. In my opinion, the Most High, he had to show me and let me learn from these things, and it wasn't always a pleasant learning experience. I'm saying that to say, you know, arrogance is very short-lived, because eventually, even if the person isn't letting on to it, eventually they're going to be very miserable. They're going to be very lonely. They're going to just generally be very unhappy because of how they've pushed people away and how their actions during those arrogant times will come back to visit them, because the Bible does say you reap what you sow. Let God never be mocked, ever. A man will indeed reap what it is that he is sowing or put out. You're going to get back what you give. Karma, whatever you want to call it, you're going to get that back. Just imagine yourself being in a position where you're watching an authority figure talk to your mom or your child or your sister or someone you just really, really love. Talk to them in a condescending type of way, as if they are not knowledgeable, repeating things almost in an insulting type of way, as if that person just doesn't quite get it. You know what I mean? Because the person may not communicate in the way that they feel everyone should communicate in, hence contributing to their arrogant nature in the first place. I've never seen a hearse being followed by a U-Haul. No matter what you have, what you possess, you're not taking any of it with you when you leave here. And I've always seen a person who was cut or injured, and the next person who was cut or injured, the bone breaks the same way. The pain is the same pain. The blood is the same red color blood. In other words, The blood of the arrogant person is not richer, a different color, it doesn't sparkle or bling when it comes out. And the blood of the person that's not so privileged is no different. So the sooner we can remember these things and keep these things in mind when we're dealing with people, I think the sooner the world would start to return to what it was or originally intended to be. And unfortunately, at this point in this place and time that we are in, nothing is going to help any of that except for the Messiah, who's going to return everything back to the way it's supposed to be. But in the meantime, as much as it depends on you, me, everyone else in this world, let us try to just be very mindful how we talk to people, how we deal with people, how we view people, because thoughts create action. So if we're thinking that we're better than Susie over here, and we're thinking that we are more privileged or more intelligent, or better looking or whatever we think we're better at, then we're going to act this way, and then that's going to be perceived, and we're going to offend people, and it's something that just doesn't have to happen. So let's flip those thoughts when they're still in our mind, and let's just make the world a better place. It's kind of like the person who is, say, the star athlete at school, right? Who is the top performer at the job. And then tragedy hit, or some unfortunate health condition hit and changed everything that they thought they were. It shook them to the core in the way of how they view themselves, how they look, their ability to perform, all of those things. Life happened for them in that way, and then suddenly they want to be sweet and considerate of other people. Suddenly they think it's important how they speak to people or how other people treat one another. Suddenly they care about the homeless. Suddenly they care about minorities, or what the world considers to be a minority. It's fortunate that these things happen, don't get me wrong. But the unfortunate part is that it took the accident, or it took the unfortunate event to happen to get that person to even see this. Like, why is that? It's because it's so important to love people enough, love yourself enough to want to go inward and see what it is that we can improve on. The littlest things can make the most big, is that even a word? The littlest changes, recognizing and changing, can make the biggest difference in our lives, the lives of other people, because actions affect everyone around us, regardless if you believe that or not. And so I'd much rather see you, me, myself, anyone work on things now before tragedy or life changes have to make us change, before God has to humble us. Not that he's the initiator of things that are bad, but just why? You might even ask, like, how in the world does all of this even help me live my best life? Well, I'm glad you asked. This helps you live your best life because guess what? Everything starts and ends with you when you're trying to grasp your best life. Nothing is around you and outside of you. Everything is inside of you. So working on our perspective, working on how we treat one another, working on how we speak about and treat our own selves, work on how we think, all of these things only makes us better, and we can enjoy things better. For instance, have you ever gone somewhere and you saw a particular dish and you immediately thought, that is disgusting, I am never eating that? Kind of like I do with calamari, I'm just saying. Have you ever thought, like, that is disgusting, I am never going to eat that, I'm not touching that, until someone convinced you, just try it. And then you eat it, and it's like forever, you love it forever. That's how I was with squash and zucchini. Trying to change, trying to be a better person, it just can't help but to contribute to a better life, because you'll see things different. It could be a blizzard outside, and you'll be in your own personal paradise because of how you're thinking. And people will be blessed and more likely to want to be around you because you're different. And the new friends that you meet, they'll love you and they'll never leave you. They'll be there to the end. I sound like a Chucky doll. If you're a beautiful person aesthetically on the outside, if you're a beautiful person, if you're a wealthy person, if you are influential, intelligent, use those positions of favor, if you will, to help someone else. Help someone else to get to where you are. Help someone else to feel good about themselves, even if they're not as beautiful as you are. Look for the gold, the nuggets in everybody, because we all have them, right? Even if they don't come from where you live or where you come from, there's still gold and value in every person. So, and plus you never know, your change in mindset, heart positioning, if you will, could rub off on somebody. It can inspire somebody else. And that's the even more beautiful thing. That's my goal, to inspire as many people as I can. So you might inspire somebody else. And even if they never tell you that you are. Because there's a lot of people, you never know who you may inspire. They may not actually tell you that you're inspiring them, but by your change, they may know you as an old person, like, wow, Nia would have normally been kind of short with the person about that, or Nia would have probably been acting like she's in such a hurry, she doesn't have time to talk. But they'll see the changes and they'll say, you know what, if she can work on being this way, I can work on being this way and better myself as well. And we're just adding one more positive and more beautiful piece to that whole bouquet of humanity in this world. That's what it's all about, guys. Living your best life and helping someone else live their best life. So, blessings to you. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye, sugar. Today, y'all, my baby is in the car. And as I was talking, I noticed a couple nods. So I asked him if he wanted to have some input, and he does. So, here go, babe, y'all. I'm going to put him on. He's acting like I force him, but I really don't.
She forces me. Look, y'all, I lost a thumb.
Wait.
I kid y'all not. I ain't do a video, and she cut my thumb off. Like, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's my thumb at? Like, really? She cut my thumb off all because of a video.
Lies.
Truth. But, what we talking about again? She can't do bloopers. Let's just say Jesus made a believer out of me. It's really about being humble, and also it's a small world. With that being said, really be cautious about who, what, how, when, try, whatever, however you treat somebody. Basically, I had a tongue twister, but yeah, just make sure you treat people, because you never know who that person knows.
You reap what you sow. In other words, whatever you put out,
it's what you get back in.
You're gonna get back. So
it's what you get back in.
I'm gonna need you to expand on stuff like that when you're doing interviews.
Okay, I thought this was a YouTube channel, not a job. Like, no. Get your cranberry bottle cocktail.
So is there anything you want to say? Else you want to say, Q?
I'm gonna make your finger look like mine's, codfish.
See? He threatened me in public.
Technically, we're not public. This is a in their car video.
Alright. So you get out.
You got my glasses?
Well, he ain't even thinking about his glasses all day till you see my nice little pimp shades.
Hey,